Hello friends, and welcome to today's video, where we're talking about the winners of the Melon Music Awards. So, I got a suit. I got my suit on. I'm ready. For the record, I love this tie. This is like a a silk, hot pink tie. My sister got it for me one time, like years and years ago now. I love this tie so much. Tie aside, I also have a drink. This, for the record, is the, like, Simply Hard Lemonade, because the only champagne I own in this entire apartment is a giant bottle, like a full-sized champagne bottle. And that was a lot of commitment to open up. And I have the little cans of the hard lemonade, so I opened one of those. I felt like the regular would be, like, the closest to champagne, but now it just looks like murky water. So I feel like I made a mistake on that assumption, but I'm sticking with it. Anyway, just to go over this is gonna work. In the description will be either a Wikipedia page or a Soompi article. I think I'm gonna do Wikipedia actually, just because the Soompi article is not yet out. Soompi has not gotten it together as of yet, and like, I'm disappointed, but either way, Wikipedia page in the description. It has the winners and the nominees, so you can look at all that if you want to, like, see it. I'm going in whatever order I wanted to go in. Like, this is just a random order. I basically did, like, main awards, kind of relevant awards, awards I don't understand. Also, some little disclaimer moment. On the off chance you couldn't tell by the fact that it says my thoughts in the title of this video, these are just opinions, and you can disagree with my opinions. I'm basically going to be saying whether or not I think this should have won. So that might offend you if, say, hypothetically, your fave won something that I think they shouldn't have won. So just be ready for that. These are opinions, you don't have to agree. Okay, cool. We're going to start off with the biggies. So first up, we have Song of the Year, which went to Ive's Love Dive, and Ive deserved this win. Like, the only other song that I feel like realistically could have won was maybe Tomboy. And I've said on many occasions on this channel that I hate Tomboy, and I don't want it to win any awards, so I'm very glad it didn't win. Next is Artist of the Year, which went to Im Young-woon. And I'm a little surprised that Ive didn't win this one, just because, like, if you know, like, for those who don't know, it's not actually for 2022, obviously, because it's not even December yet. It's, like, November to November, and November of last year was before 11 came out, which means that 11, Love Dive, and After Like were all, like, relevant to this charting period. And it's just, I'm very confused why Ive didn't win. However, Im Young-woon did have, like, an absolute slay year. I do think Ive did better and probably should have won, but Im Young-woon did have a slay year, so, like, I'll take it. Next is Album of the Year, which went to Im Young-woon's Im Hero. Now, I'm, like, very surprised by this win, because I was surprised when he won Artist of the Year, but that is nothing compared to my surprise at his Album of the Year win. Now, to be fair, if you think about it, like, logically, it actually does kind of make sense, because Melon doesn't actually care about your album sales. It thinks about it as, like, success of the singles, which makes a little bit more sense for what this award show is. And I do think it makes it a little more interesting, as opposed to just being like, we know for a fact that this was the highest selling album of the year, so this is going to be Album of the Year. So, like, I do think it makes it more interesting. And of the nominee list, like, it makes the most sense. In Young's album actually did have, like, a solid few hits off it, so, like, congratulations to the Trot Man. We have reached the final day song, which is Record of the Year. Now, this one went to BTS, and I have a conspiracy theory, which is that I think Melon just wanted to give them a day song to, like, have, because they've won one every year for the past, like, 5 years. And they didn't actually, I don't want to say earn, but they definitely shouldn't have won any of the others. So they kind of just gave him Record of the Year. To be fair, they did this last year for aespa too. Like, aespa won Record of the Year in 2021, which, like, aespa deserved a day song in 2021, so I get it. I really think that Melon just wanted to give Bangtan a day song, so they gave them this one. I know that conspiracy theory doesn't really hold up. Like, it would have made more sense if they've never done Record of the Year before, but it's not that actually, like, deep of an issue, and I find it funny to think about it that way. So I plan on operating under this assumption. Next is the top 10 artists category, which I'm not giving you all 10 that won, because that's annoying, but I will say there were some artists here that did confuse me a little bit, because, like, as a Dream stan and as a 17 stan, I'm very happy they're both here. I'm very grateful that Dream has now won 2 years in a row. I love that for them. However, Where are the artists like Big Bang and Psy? Like, I'm not a huge fan of either one of them. Psy himself just kind of annoys me. His music is really not for me, but like, both of them should probably be here. We know that you do not need more than one real major hit to make it into this category, and yet that and Still Life were both like really successful, so I'm curious why they weren't here. Moving on. Next, we have a Best New Artist, which went to a combination of IVE and New Jeans. They got, like, there are two winners. It went to IVE and New Jeans. And I do have one question about this, too, which is, at least to me, it, like, logically makes more sense that if you're gonna have two winners, you'd give it to a male and female artist. I just, like, in my brain, that makes more sense. I do understand that every male artist that debuted this year kind of flopped, especially in comparison to the female artists. But, like, I just don't get why you have two winners then. Why do you have two winners that are IVE and New Jeans? It makes sense if you're going to have two winners if it's going to be like, we have a male artist and a female artist. But if they're both just girl groups, it feels like a waste to me, but I don't make the rules. Anyway, in terms of like the actual winners, we all know I would have screamed and thrown a fit if IVE lost. So I'm very glad they won. And of the other nominees, New Jeans is the most successful, so I'm glad they won too, I guess, even if their debut album is kind of boring. Also, last thing. I know I didn't do a nominee video for the Melon Music Awards because it was just very inconveniently timed for my life, but I will say, I do want to point out, I find it really funny if you look at the nominee list and you look through them all, and then there's Billy on there, which is like by far the least successful. I just find that amusing. Okay, we can keep going. Next is Best Male Artist, which once again went to Im Young. That man thrived this year. I think he got like 5 or 6 wins. I think he was the most awarded artist, so like, we're not even done with him. But anyway, Im Young won Best Male Artist, which, yeah, that fits. Of the nominee list, the only one I'd really prefer is B.O. And while I do think B.O. had a better year than Im Young, I don't think it was by like such a wide margin that Im Young shouldn't have won, and he is a lot more popular. That man is crazy popular, so like, I get it. Best Female Artist is our next category, and that went to IU, and as an IU stan, I'm kind of surprised because I would have thought this would have gone to Taeyeon. Just, like, I'm gonna say it, because IU didn't do a ton this year, and Taeyeon did A, more than her, and B, better than her by, like, pretty much every metric, unless you include, like, Ganadara as an IU song, and even then, Taeyeon kind of still did better, so, like, I just don't get it. Like, it's not that deep. I'm happy IU won. I love her. I'm just kind of surprised Taeyeon didn't win this. Next, the Best Groups category. Best Male Group, unsurprisingly, went to BTS. And I'm a little offended on behalf of Big Bang. I'm not a Big Bang stan. And I'm offended on behalf of Big Bang because Big Bang should have won, and I have multiple reasons for this. Reason number 1, Big Bang did better than Bangtan this year. Like, all Bangtan has, because it's not physical sales. Physical sales are irrelevant to this category. But Big Bang did better digitally. Bangtan only had Yet to Come this year, which did not top the charts and is charting pretty low, all things considered, like in terms of its age in comparison to other Bangtan titles. Still Life peaked at number 1 for 5 weeks and is charting higher than Yet to Come in spite of coming out like 2 months earlier. So like, just in terms of success, Big Bang should have won this category. Reason number 2 is a bit more rambly, so just try and follow my train of thought, okay? I feel like this year, especially, a lot of the Bangtan wins had less to do with success and more to do with, like, their just iconic status in K-pop, okay? I feel like it has less to do with the fact that Yet to Come was a hit, because it wasn't, and has a lot more to do with the fact that Bangtan is Bangtan. However, Big Bang is also Big Bang. Like, I feel like Big Bang, with the longevity of their career and just the career and impact they've had, deserved some form of accolade in the same way that Bangtan just kind of gets wins for being Bangtan, if that makes sense. Like, when you look at Bangtan, Bangtan's done more than Big Bang could ever do. However, Bangtan also came in a post-Big Bang era. And I think we need to acknowledge the fact that Big Bang did everything Big Bang could have done in their... Like, Big Bang was the Bangtan of their day, and I feel like they deserved this win. While people scream, dislike, and leave this video, I'm gonna move on to the Best Female Group, which went to IVE and Deserve. So completely deserved. Of the nominee list, who else would you have given this award to? If you just named any nominee, you are incorrect. I'm so sorry. IVE did better than your fave, and I rest my case. Alright, we finished the Biggie Awards, like the main ones. These are the rest of them, like the other. awards, let's say. This category is split into two sections. This first is like the awards I want to talk about, and then the ones that I don't get, and it's going to be speedy. So we're starting with the ones I want to talk about. So first is Stage of the Year, which went to IU's solo concert from back in September, and yeah, that sounds accurate. Like, I obviously was not there. I did not fly to Seoul to go to her concert, but like, if I recall correctly, I believe she at various points had a hot air balloon and a drone light show. So yeah, this sounds legit. Next is the Netizen Popularity Award, which also went to Im Young-un. I told you this man won a bunch. We're still not done with his wins. But it went to Im Young-un. And this one, I don't have a ton to say. It's 60% online voting. This man is crazy, crazy popular. I will say I'm a little surprised Bangtan didn't win. But, like, I don't really care. So we're going to move on. Next is the Best Collaboration category, which went to the 10cm Big Naughty collab that came out like 2 months ago. And I do wonder about this category because, at least from what I could find, they never released a nominee list. This was just, it went to this song, okay, cool, let's move on. So I do kind of wonder one key issue, which is whether or not features were included. Because we know for the Mamas, features are included in the Best Collaboration category. And if they were included for Melon, I do wonder why Psy didn't win, because like that was a massive hit. And I feel like if it were to be included, it would have won. And I feel like I need to operate under the assumption it wasn't included because otherwise this win just does not make sense. Next is the Best OST category, which went to Melomance. And I for one approve because Melomance had by far the most successful OST this year. And I want to give a special shout out to Melon for not being basic and giving it to a Bangtan member, unlike I know a certain other award show is going to do, which has a similar acronym. Next is the Best Songwriter Award, which went to Soyeon from Giddle, and I mean, sure. I find it more amusing that this category exists and went to, like, an idol member as opposed to, I don't want to say a real songwriter, because, like, Soyeon has written a lot of songs and does, like, single-handedly write a lot of Giddle songs. But I feel like this category was created with, like, more of, like, the actual producer in mind. Like, not to give a shout out to Ryan Jun, because we know I hate that man, but I feel like this category had more of, like, a Ryan Jun winner in mind as opposed to a Soyeon win. But I think it's funny and I don't care, and I hate Ryan Jun, and he's the only other, like, songwriter I can think of who would have won this year. So I'm glad Soyeon won instead of him, and again, I just find it funny. While we're on the topic of Giddle, Best Music Video went to Giddle's Tomboy, and no, Tomboy is a terrible song. I hate it so much, and it deserves no wins. It deserves 0 accolades. It should have been a flop, and I'm so upset it wasn't. On a brighter note, our next award is Best Music Style, which went to Big Naughty, and I just find the premise of this award so funny, because in my mind, it's like, I always say, like, whenever I do an album review, right, I always give my standard disclaimer, which is that music is subjective, and I just find it so, like, wildly amusing to envision an official award ceremony pointing to an artist. I mean, like, you, person, or people if it's a group. Like, your style of music is the best. So you get this award. I just find that so funny, and this is my new favorite award of all time. Next is Best Performance, which went to Tux and LE SSERAFIM, which is a choice for sure. They're definitely not my top 2 in terms of performances. I would not say their choreography is anything extra special or unique. But I mean, we do all need to apparently suck Hybe's dick now, so good job to them. Next is the Best Project Music Award, and this went to WSG Wannabe, and I have another conspiracy theory time, okay? I think that this award, because I'm pretty sure they gave it to MSG Wannabe last year, and I think it's just because Melon wanted to acknowledge that they were successful. Like, they couldn't just ignore WSG Wannabe this year because that song was massive. But at the same time, I don't think they really wanted to give them any wins. So I really think that this award category is just to, like, give a nod to the project group and then move along with your day. Alright, we have now finished every award that I actually, like, want to talk about a lot. And from this point forward, it's the awards that I don't really care about, so we're about to get a lot speedier. First up is going to be the Hot Trend Award, which went to LE SSERAFIM. Now, I have 0 idea what this award is actually awarding. Like, is it for having a cultural impact with your song? Is it for just being, like, really trendy and being a viral trend on TikTok? Is it because they wanted to just give LE SSERAFIM a win? I don't know, and I don't think I ever will, so we're gonna keep moving. Next, Global Rising Star, which went to Stacy. Would I have given Stacy a Rising Star award in a post-ASAP era? Probably not. Probably not. I think Stacy has pretty much established themselves prior to 2022. But I mean, sure. Okay, I'm glad they won something. Next is the Kakao Bank Everyone's Star Award, which went to Bangtan. And I really and truly believe they just wanted to give Bangtan another win. Because I don't think this award means anything. And I think they just wanted to give them another win. Similarly, the won the K Global Icon Award, which went to Enhypen. I don't think it means anything. I think they just wanted to give Enhypen a win because Enhypen showed up and performed. And they were the only HYBE group that hadn't won anything up until this point. So I think that's why they got a win. Global Artist went to Monsta X, and I mean, sure, Monsta X is globally very popular. I did in one point buy a ticket to their concert. I was supposed to get a copy of their album, and then COVID happened, and I didn't get the album, and I feel like I should have gotten that album because I bought the ticket long before COVID, and whatever. That's a separate rant. Monsta X has screwed me over, though. Starship and I have beef over this, but whatever. They're popular globally, so I'll give it to them. Last but not least is Best Session, which went to Ishimu, and I have zero idea both what this award is or who this winner is, so congrats to them. Anyway, yeah, that's all the winners. That's all I got. Probably tomorrow is gonna be my performance review video. I do this every year for, these bigger things where I say every year, this isn't just the second year. But basically, I'm just going to watch all the performances and tell you what I thought of all of them. So that should be out tomorrow because I don't actually have time to post it after that with all the comebacks. So that'll probably be tomorrow. I hope you're looking forward to it. It will come out eventually. I will not be in a suit for it. That's not going to happen. This tie has been choking me this entire video because I tied it too tightly. And I don't want to deal with it anymore, so I'm going to take it off. But I hope you liked this video. Comment down below all of your thoughts on all the winners and all of my opinions and all of that. Comment whatever you want. You can also like and subscribe or dislike if you want to because I pissed off you and your entire fandom by criticizing your fave. That's fine. Dislikes are engagement. You can do all that. You could also follow me on Twitter if you want to. My Twitter is s_almreviews. I will link that in the description. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!